many memories, not only from Jonathan and Elizabeth Hager's life, but also many other families throughout its 200-year history serving as a residence.
Michael Hammond he was one of the owners of the house. He had many children that died here, and a lot of various people that walk through the parks have spotted him on the porch sitting on the bench in his black top hat and black coat, mourning over the loss of his children.
Is it possible that these memories are so clear and so vivid that they've remained in the house over the centuries?
As a historian, I like to think that I'm trained to look at things objectively and with a little bit of skepticism. And that being said, there are some things that have happened in this particular house that really have no explanation. And although you look for answers, in many ways you can't find them. What has happened to me over the years are little things, but it certainly makes you wonder. Pieces in this house have been known to move. Bowls move on table. We'll be giving a tour early in the morning, give the second tour a little bit later that morning, and the bowl is now in a different place. There is a baby's rocking chair in the master bedroom that has been known to spin around, in fact, during the day. It'll be in different angles.
The Jonathan Hager House is open from April until December for tours to the public, but most of the tours come during the summer months. It was during one of these summers that two tour guides experienced a rocking chair that just wouldn't stay still.
We had two young tour guides this summer, that particular summer, and I think this was the summer of 1997, and the one girl came in, gave her normal tour.
This is the master bedroom. It's the only room with a fireplace.
The second girl came in right after that tour. She had some other people, so we had back-to-back tours on that particular day. Now, when she got to the master bedroom, she noticed that this baby's rocking chair was now facing 180 degrees the other direction.
This is the master bedroom. It's the only bedroom with a fireplace, so it's the only bedroom that got any heat during the winter. A girl, Jessica, and I were working here, and she gave a tour, and she said that the chair was moved around facing the opposite direction of the fireplace.
When she was done with her tour, she came down and said to the other girl, "Did you move the rocking chair in the master bedroom?" And she said, "No." She goes, "Well, it was turned completely around the other way." Well, about the time they finished that conversation, still another tour came for the day, and the first girl had to present that tour. So she's going through the house, and she gets upstairs to the master bedroom, and now this rocking chair was back at the angle in the first place.
This is the master bedroom. It's the only room with a fireplace.
So this is a chair that for some reason has spun completely around during the day. You might look at the story and say, well, perhaps when they weren't looking, a tourist moved the chair. And that could be true. And maybe that's the explanation for some of the things that move. But the girls are, and anyone who works here, are trained to make sure that tourists do not touch any of the pieces. And they are supposed to stay with them completely through the tour. So I don't think that a tourist touched that chair that particular day. When we give tours, you are locked in the house with the tour guide. The tour guide will lock the front door so that only the people on the tour and the guide themselves are in the house. There is nobody else in the house. Nobody else has the keys except the tour guide. When there are no tours in the house, the door is locked. The keys are kept in the office. So there's absolutely no way that anybody can enter the house and move some things without us knowing it.
Who or what could be moving the items around the Hager house? Could it be malevolent spirits or just prankster tourists?
We also have a corncob doll on this particular rocking chair, and it has moved from side to side during the day.
It used to sit in the rocker, which was in the girls' room, and then we moved the rocker into the master bedroom. And when we moved it, the corncob doll would move from room. It would move up on the chest in the girls' room. It would be on the girls' room in the bed. It would just move all over the upstairs without us touching it. There's a hatchel. It's a piece of equipment that you use to clean out dirt and seeds from flax, which you use to make linen. And about 2 years ago it started, the flax would be in the hatchel, and we'd move it out. And every time we go in, it'd be back in the hatchel. So we think maybe there's like a spinster ghost or something, and it keeps putting it back in the hatchel.
It's not just mysteriously moving objects that go on at the Hager house.
There have been other things that are a little bit more interesting, and they actually involve voices. On one particular occasion, when I was closing up the Hager house at the end of the day, I went to get the keys and the lock, went to the door, the front door of the house to lock the house up for the evening. And
John?
And it was so real, the first thing I said was, "Huh?" And I looked behind me, and then of course I realized, wait a second, there is no one else in this house. There have been several Johns who have lived here in this Hager house throughout its existence, so maybe that is somebody calling one of those others. I don't know. That was very startling. So I don't know. Sounds do carry in City Park, so maybe it could be a sound that came over from an adjoining neighborhood. I guess I'll never know. That's not the first time I've heard voices, though. On one particular morning, I came to the Hager house first thing. Behind me, I heard an elderly woman's voice say, "Hello?" Now I thought, well, it's the first visitor of the day, and I looked around the house, but there was nobody here yet. On one particular occasion, I put the key in the front doors at the beginning of the day, and I distinctly heard someone run up the steps, and it was 6 steps. It was bump, 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 and that's when it ended. And my first reaction was there was somebody in the house, but then it occurred to me, well, the alarm system would have picked up anybody in the house, and so, of course, wondered what was going on inside the house. And I did search all around. There was nobody in the house.
During craft days 3 years ago, I was giving a tour in the upper hallway. Here we have a hanging cupboard with rat-tail hinges for decoration. And this piece has a secret inside. Here we have a small drawer. We slide it in and fit it back to the side. A lady in green passed by me, and I thought it might have been one of the other workers. So when you put the larger drawer back in, you wouldn't be able to see the smaller box, but they disappeared.